Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. Anyways, I started doing this wall. It's one of my mother-in-law's rentals. What's happening is doing a video on it. I wasn't going to, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will. I got to put some glass block in over there and on the other side. But anyways, so this wall is all cinder block. Not cinder block, but regular brick. And what's happening is it was like super damp. Why your money damp? Anyways, so came in yesterday and I scraped, because initially the wall was similar to that, but a lot of this stuff was coming off. So what you want to do is take a putty knife, maybe 4 or 5 inches, and you got to scrape the hell out of the wall super good. And then you take a brush, a concrete brush, and you just dust off the whole entire wall. Start from the bottom and work your way to the bottom, or start at the top, work your way to the bottom. Dust off the whole entire wall. Okay. And before you do that, you're gonna want to get a dehumidifier into your basement. I can already tell we've had that one running now because it was super damp down here. We've had that one now for a couple weeks, and it dried it up really nice, really nice. It's not even wet anymore. But another part of the problem is when I get to that, I'll show you how we're going to counteract it on the outside of the house, because it's not a. So if you don't know anything about construction, there's a drain system underneath this floor. It's called a drain tile, and what it is it's just a bunch of clay. They look like Dixie cups sitting inside of each other, and they're not fastened to each other. They just fit loosely in each other. So when the ground moves, like for settling and whatnot, the drain tiles are meant to move with the ground, and if they're fastened to each other, what's going to happen if I move that? It's going to break, right? So it's just it's called a drain tile, and it goes all the way around the perimeter of your basement. Anyways, so the water from the outside is building up on the other side of the wall. And it's not super bad, but we're going to counteract it. I'm going to do a video once it's rained. It's been raining here for a few days now in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So, all right, so get the dehumidifier down here. Then I had to move all the stuff away from the wall, and then scrape it really well. And even when you're rolling it, it's you're still going to see some stuff come off. But this stuff, and she's had this, they used it the first time. It's called block filler, and I believe it's from Sherwin-Williams, and it's just plain white. You can tint it if you'd like to, like a gray, but what it is, that stuff it's been down here for a minute, man. She's got 2 fibers, so this one was about 3/4 full. The other one's completely full. So what you want to do is, first off, old paint and shit stinks anyways. Look, it looks like doo-doo on there. So that's how it looked inside the paint. It's still good because it's block filler, but it's super thick. Super thick. That's what she said. And that's what he said. What you want to do is, you want to get yourself a big drill. I got a big one for mixing drywall mud. And a paddle at the end of it. Looks like that. And you want to get that into that and really mix the hell out of it and bring it back to life. Okay? Some people would say, oh, don't use it or whatever. I've had the same success with using older paint. I mean, you don't want it to freeze, obviously, but it's been down in this basement for years and it has not froze. So I believe it is a latex product. So latex products, if you store them outside, make sure that it's not below freezing, because it will be ruined if it's a latex product. If it's an oil-based product, you're going to be okay. But I still would not store paint outside in a garage, or your power washers or your paint sprayers, none of that, because water's in those lines, and when it freezes it expands and you're going to break your O-rings and everything else. So save yourself a lot of time. Put your paints, power washer, and airless guns in your basement. All right, now I got to do a lot of caulking on the outside of the house, because it's when my father-in-law power washed it, a lot of this stuff happened right here on the outside. He did not power wash this, but that's similar to what we're faced with outside, as you can see there. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting everything with a block filler, and it's exactly what it is. It's a filler because it's thick. So you'll be able to fill little stuff like that. You'll be able to fill a lot of that stuff. You can see on an angle how it filled that, because it's thick. You really got to put it on pretty thick. And I'm going to come back, and I'm not going to use, I mean, I guess I could use some of the mortar. We got, I think, 4 tubes of like a polyurethane concrete. This is, it's a polyurethane sealant. So you can use this, it's a limestone color, and you can use this just like a mortar repair. So I got 4 tubes of that for the outside, but I'm also caulking out all the windows around the house, because the caulk, the caulk has failed, the caulk. So we use a Vulcum, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that the color is close to your windows, and I'll go over that once I do it. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use, because this is for the outside, the Vulcum's going to be for around the windows, and I got a bunch of painter's caulk for the porch. After it dries up, then we can go ahead and get that all caulked up and get it painted. But anyways, I'm going to take the Vulcum and a caulk gun Monday. I'm going to let this set up over the weekend. This is Friday the 13th. Have yourself a fan too, but I'm not going to hit any of this. I forgot a brush, so I'm just using a roller right now, and whoever painted this the first time got a bunch of paint on the stuff, which isn't a big deal, but so then when I put the glass block in, I'll do a video on that, and then I'll hit all this once I tear these windows out. My son's going to help me, and we'll get all that touched up. But anyways, have yourself a drop cloth too. You see how it just drips everywhere because you're trying to put it on so thick. So after I'm done putting the block filler on, I'm going to come back, and it's going to be a lot easier for me to see all my fill areas, because I don't want to leave it like that, because she's looking maybe to sell this house eventually. So you don't want that to be exposed. So I'm going to take the Vulcum once I'm done painting the wall, or block filling the wall, then I'm going to hit all of my big areas with that Vulcum, because that's an oil-based product, so it's going to be perfect for this. And I'm going to hit all the really big areas, so I'll probably use maybe a tube or 2 of them to get it all. You can see where there's a lot of it. So it just seems to be over here for some reason. I don't know, not necessarily over there, but I got to paint that wall over there as well. So anyways, that's pretty much how you use old paint, old block filler. Make sure you mix it. Don't try to hand mix that stuff. You're going to freaking have an aneurysm. So yeah, then I'm going to come back and hit it with the Vulcum, and then I'll just take a brush and I'll hit all those areas that I caulked, and then that's it, and I'll do a video on the final product. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.